Go back out live to Phoenix as Herman Cain is now addressing the media about these sexual harassment allegations. Let's listen in.
Notes. But in this case, I wanted to make sure that I didn't miss any points that I needed to cover today. Secondly, I chose to address these accusations directly rather than try to do it through a series of continuous statements or spokespeople, because that's the person Herman Cain is to take my message directly to the people. With respect to the most recent accusation, I have never inappropriately with anyone, period. I saw Ms. Allred and her client yesterday in that news conference for the very first time. As I sat in my hotel room with a couple of my staff members, as they got to the microphone, my first response in my mind and reaction was, I don't even know who this woman is. Secondly, I didn't recognize the name at all. The time that she referenced was during the time that I was the CEO and president of the National Restaurant Association. It's headquartered in Washington, D.C., where about 150 workers work. And we have about 150 people in Chicago, where she said she worked for our educational foundation. I tried to remember if I recognized her, and I didn't. I tried to remember if I remembered that name, and I didn't. The charges and the accusations I absolutely reject. They simply didn't happen. They simply did not happen. You know, for decades, the American people have wanted a businessman in the White House and not just another politician. Because for decades, all that the politicians have been doing is just kicking the can down the road, trim a little bit here, trim a little bit there, when America's biggest problems simply got worse. Well, a businessman by the name of Herman Cain stepped forward. Here I am. But I know from the American people that I have talked with and I have spoken with over the past several months, we are not going to allow Washington or politics to deny me the opportunity to represent this great nation. And as far as these accusations causing me to back off and maybe withdraw from this presidential primary race, ain't gonna happen. Because I'm doing this for the American people and for the children and the grandchildren. And I will not be deterred by false, anonymous, incorrect accusations. America believes that Washington is broken. America believes that our system of getting elected is broken. In part, it is. But in another part, it's not. As long as we have decency and honesty in the electoral process, it will work. But when we allow deceit and false accusations to rule the day and distract us, that part is broken. 9 days ago, the media started to beat me up covering anonymous accusers. And then yesterday, another accuser came forth, identified herself, went on TV, and made some other allegations. Was it tough last week? Yes. Has it been tough the last couple of days? Yes. But you see, that's one thing about Herman Cain that I think a lot of the American people know, and that is just because it's tough is no reason for me not to do what I feel like I have to do. And because of what the American people have said to me during these turbulent times, we will get through this. We will get through this. The fact is, these anonymous allegations are false, and now the Democrat machine in America has brought forth a troubled woman to make false accusations, statements, many of which exceed common sense. And they certainly exceed.
As you continue to look at Herman Cain speaking live from Phoenix, a quick recap as perhaps we stay on that picture for just a moment. Herman Cain, the GOP presidential candidate who, after the Florida debates and upon submitting his 999 tax reform plan, vaulted to the top of many polls, but has spent the last week facing major allegations of sexual harassment, finally speaking out forcefully on camera after one of the women yesterday, Sharon Bialek, goes on camera nationwide to make those accusations. Mr. Cain vehemently denying that he ever acted inappropriately. Of his latest accuser, he says, "My first reaction is, I don't know this woman." And he calls her accusations false, calls them the accusations of a troubled woman, again, and repeatedly said he has never engaged in inappropriate behavior, and says about the possibility that all of this might cause him to withdraw from the presidential race, his quote, "ain't going to happen." More from Herman Cain speaking from Phoenix as the political drama and otherwise continues here. We'll continue to monitor the satellites. For now, that's it from the live desk. Back to you.
Michael, thank you.